Welcome back to my channel. My name is Tammy and this is Happiness Created. Today's video is my fall mega video, so grab a drink, sit back, relax, and enjoy. For this first project, I got these two plates from Joann's Fabric, I believe. And then I have these bamboo sticks I got off of Amazon, like when I first started crafting. And I am going to cut these bamboo pieces down to the lengths that I need, and then I take the white Waverly chalk paint and I paint just the outside of these bamboo plates. Now I'm going to take 4 of the bamboo pieces and I'm making like a column for the center of this piece. And then I am going to, once I figure out the sizing of everything, I'm going to just start attaching these bamboo sticks to the outside ring of the bottom plate, as you can see here. And then I take that column and put it in the center, and that will act as, like, you know, the pole that holds the tier tray together. So, and then I just hot glue all of the bamboo sticks to the top plate as well. And then I had this, what's it called? Garland from the Dollar Tree, and I put that in the center of the bottom, and I'm just adding some leaves and some florals. And then I added some little pumpkins, put a candle on the top, and that's it for this one. Let me know what you guys think. For this next one, I have a sign from the Dollar Tree, and then I have some of the words that come like 4 in a pack from the Dollar Tree, and a bunch of small pumpkins. So I'm taking this mason jar sign and I am just tracing around the sign, and I'm going to use some of this gorgeous pumpkin paper that I got from Paper Pack from, I believe it was Michael's. And once I get that on, I'm just putting the burlap top back on. Then I have these little fence pieces, and I am hot gluing them to the front to make like a patch, like a I don't know, what are they called? Like a flower box kind of thing. Only it's not going to hold flowers. But anyways, then I'm taking a little bit of burlap I got from, I believe, Walmart. And I just filled that little fenced-in area with it. And then I'm taking some of this ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and I just added a bow to the top, and then some of that, what are those, pip berries, and I just wound them around the pen. And I put some pumpkins in the little basket, and I think this came out super adorable. Let me know what you guys think. Now I have these blocks that I got actually from my local grocery store. They're like for fire starter, for like campfires. And I just cut them at different lengths, and then I'm just going to hot glue and super glue them. No, I'm going to hot glue and wood glue them together. And then I used some white Waverly chalk paint, moss chalk paint, and some orange folk art. And then I just distressed all 3 of them. And now I am taking some of the leaves from the Dollar Tree, as well as those little pieces of stick branches, and I hot glued them to the top. And then I'm taking more of those little pit berries and I am adding them to the top as the little like squiggly pieces on the top of some pumpkins that you see. And here they are. I think they're super adorable. Let me know what you guys think. Now I have this cutting board I got from Woodpecker's Crafts and one of the transfers from Chalk Couture. I am no longer a Chalk Couture designer, but I do know some. So if you are interested, let me know and I will get you in touch with them. This is the miniature buffalo check transfer, I believe. So all I'm doing is I'm taking some of the Storm chalk paint and I just did the cutting board with that. And then I have this smaller transfer and I just used a few different colors to create a design for on top of the buffalo check. Now I'm taking some of the burlap ribbon and a leaf ribbon from the Dollar Tree. And I'm just making some loops and then I'm notching the center and then I just stack them and tie them together. And then I just hot glued the bow right to the top of the cutting board itself. And look at how stinking cute it is. And oh, I wrapped some jute around the handle. But let me know what you guys think of that one. Now I'm using pieces of that same transfer and this pumpkin cutout that I got from the Target dollar spot a long time ago, like a couple of years ago. And I just took one of the round black chips from Chalk Couture and I put the pumpkin on the chip. And now I'm just taking some of the thinner ribbon from the Dollar Tree and I'm just making a small bow for the top of this sign. And then I added a couple small pine cones. And that's it for this one. I think it's adorable. Okay, now I have one of those little shadow boxes from Michaels. And again, I'm using that same transfer. I painted just the frame of the shadow box in the orange. And then I'm taking some of those mini hay bales and some mini pumpkins and adding those to the center of the shadow box. And then I decided to go around the edges of the box as well. And that's it for that one. This next one, I have one of the flat pumpkins from the Dollar Tree and some of this cording from Hobby Lobby. And I just went around the entire pumpkin with the jute cording. And then I used my antique wax on that oval piece. And then I painted the welcome with the orange folk art paint that I had. And then I took the same ribbons and made another little bow. And then it just needed a little extra. So I just took I took a piece of ribbon and made tails out of it. So, and then I just put a hanger in the back and that's it. How adorable is this? I love that jute cording from Hobby Lobby. Let me know what you guys think of that. So I have a sign from the Dollar Tree and I just covered the back with the craft paper. And then I did the front with some of the fabric from the Dollar Tree. Then I took one of those foam pumpkins from the Dollar Tree, cut it in half, hot glued it to the sign, and now I'm filling it with some florals. And then I am again making a bow with that leaf ribbon, and I'm just adding that to the side. Then I'm going to take some of the sunflowers and I hot glue them to the front, and that's it for this one. Super adorable. Now this one is probably the only Halloween that you're going to see. It does have like spider webs, I think, at the top, but it might be leaves. But I use just a bunch of different colors up there and kind of smudge it all together. And it gives it a really cool effect. Yeah. So I'm just going to do that and then smush it all together. And then I'm going to go through and I am going to use different colors for the wording and the orange, and that's it. Look at how pretty that is. I love it. Look at the leaves. They are leaves, not webs. Look at how pretty that is. Oh, love it. So now I have one of those metal pumpkins I took off of the post, you know, their garden stake thing, a round tray from Amazon, and some they're geometric beads that I got from BB Crafts, I believe. So I went through, I hot glued the beads on before I took the antique wax to the beads. Don't do that. Do it the other way. And anyways, so I dry brushed and I thought it was a little too dark, so I went back over it with the white. Now I'm taking some wood glue and hot glue, and I hot glued some of the tumbling tower blocks to the back of the pumpkin and then to the tray. And then I'm just taking some jute twine and making a little finger bow, and I hot glue it right to the front, and that's it for this one. I think it's so stinking cute. Now I have the decor blocks from Dollar Tree, and I am painting them with the 3 different colors. So I'm using white, I'm using moss, and then I started out using orange and then went with the truffle instead. And then I did a very heavy dry brushing of the white because I was using white vinyl and it just wasn't going to show up. So didn't quite think that one through, but anyway. So I took a bunch of different fall words, blessed, thankful, and I added them to the fronts of these pieces of the wood block pieces. And then I'm just going to embellish them with the little mini pumpkins and some leaves and flowers. And I think they ended up turning out so stinking cute in the end. I think you're really going to like these. But let me know what you think. Now, because the words still weren't showing up very well on the white blocks, I took my Arteza paint pen and I just went around the words and made the block orange instead. And here they are. I think they're so stinking cute. Let me know what you guys think. So for this next one, I have one of those mini wreath forms from the Dollar Tree, a bunch of clothespins, which I painted in a yellow color. And then I had a wood round from the Dollar Tree that I painted in the truffle chalk paint. Then I'm taking my transfer from Chalk Couture, and I just did the Our Home. And then I wove the clothespins in and then hot glued the top piece on. And then I hot glued the wood round to the center in the back. I hope that makes sense. And then I'm just making a bow with some of the beautiful thin ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and adding some florals and some pumpkins. And that's pretty much all I did for this one. I think it came out really, really cute. Let me know what you guys think. So typically at this point, I would show you my social media links, but I have something a little more pressing. I would like to request some prayers for myself and my family. I don't really want to get into it just yet till I have more information, but if you guys could take just a second out of your day to say a prayer for me and my family, I would be so grateful. And also, if you could watch my videos a little, comment, like, it's really going to help me out. It's going to be just a bit before I get back into my crafting. And this is just a way for you guys to support me. So again, if you could just watch my videos and comment, like, all of that good stuff, it really helps me out. And more importantly, if you could just send some prayers up for myself and my family, I would appreciate it. I love you all more than you know. And now let's get back to the crafting. Okay, for this next one, I have one of these pumpkin, like 3D wreath forms, and some gray Chanel, I guess. I think that's what it's called. Yarn. And I just wrapped the entire thing with the yarn. And then I took a few pieces of some different small ribbon from the Dollar Tree and tried to make a messy bow. I think this was my very first messy bow, and it wasn't really all that messy, so I don't know if I did something wrong or not, but anyhow, so I am taking some of the leaves from the Dollar Tree, and I am just kind of layering them. And then I'm going to hot glue them to the top part of the pumpkin. And then the bow I hot glued to the stem. And then I believe I added just a couple of flowers just to kind of make it a little prettier. So anyway, that's it for this one. Let me know what you guys think. I think it's adorable. Okay, for this next one, I have 3 of the mini cutting boards from Hobby Lobby, and I just used some of that bright orange folk art acrylic paint for just to paint them. And then I brushed over them with some white Waverly chalk paint and some antique wax. Then I added one of the tumbling tower blocks, or 2 of them, I should say, to the back. And I layered the cutting boards. And I also took some, I don't know where that footage went, but I took some jute cording and I went around the stems of the pumpkins. I added some of the Dollar Tree leaves and some of the letters from one of the rub-on transfers. And I think these are super adorable. So now I have this water slide paper that I got from Hippo, and I printed out some mums, some pictures of some mums that I found on Google. And I just added them to, or printed them on the water slide, sprayed the clear coat on them, put them in the water, and the plastic just slides right off the backing. It's the coolest thing. So anyways, I had those oval wood pieces from the Dollar Tree I painted with the white Waverly chalk paint. And then I have this ribbon that I believe I got from the Dollar Tree as well. And so I hung them on the ribbon. And then I took this other ribbon and made a bow to stick on the top of this door hanger. And I'm just taking some jute to tie the two bows together, and I'm going to add it, like I said, to the top part of this hanger. And I did also add some mums to the top as well to kind of tie in the picture. And that's it for these. I think they're so stinking cute. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, for this next one, I have one of those foam pumpkins from the Dollar Tree. They are hollow, so I added some of the floral foam in the center, and I'm just going to take a bunch of picks from the Dollar Tree, and I am going to fill this pumpkin to make a little centerpiece. I added a bow to a skewer, and that's it for this one. I think it's so stinking cute. Let me know what you think. So for this next one, I have two of the door tags from Chalk Couture, and I am going to use the transfer from Chalk Couture. Now I made this a double-sided, that's why you see the Christmas part there, but this is a fall video, so we're gonna focus more on the fall side. So I just I put the fall transfer on one side, the Christmas on the other, and then the coordinating like backing on the back tag, if that makes sense. And then I am making a bow for both sides so that they can be removed and used for that particular holiday. So here's the Christmas side and here's the fall side. Look at how pretty that is with all of those vibrant colors. I love it. So now I have this, felt sunflower and just a round Dollar Tree sign. So I covered the sign with the craft paper, and then I am putting the sunflower on top of the circle, the round sign. Oh my good grief. Now I'm taking some of the sunflowers from the Dollar Tree, and I am going to fill in all of the non-yellow parts of this sunflower. Once I added the hanger, I'm taking the orange and green burlap ribbon that you get from the Dollar Tree during this time of year, and some of the pip berries, and I am going to make a bow. So I cut 2 strips, and I just made the awareness ribbon and cinched it in the center, and then tied off the center to hold the bow together. Now, if you've been with me for a hot minute, you know I don't like my jute to show in the center. So I just took the green and I covered up the twine with the green ribbon. And now I'm just tacking down the tails so that they're not flopping around getting in the way. And then I just add this one little sunflower to the top, and that's it for this one. I love it. Let me know what you think. For this next one, I have one of those mini wreath forms, and I'm going to take that green burlap ribbon and I am just going to wrap this entire wreath form, and then I will hot glue it off in the back. Then I have these signs. They're like I don't know, almost like an ornament I got from the Dollar Tree. They come in a pack of 2. And I am just using this Give Thanks piece of pumpkin pie. And I am going to use that and those 2 same orange and green ribbons, and I'm going to make a bow. So I do the same thing, the awareness ribbon, cinch it in the center, tie it off. I will end up covering the jute in the center, and then I will hot glue the bow and the little Give Thanks sign to the wreath form. And then once that's done, I'm just going to take some greenery and a sunflower, and I am just going to add that to the bow and then a hanger in the back, and that's it for this one. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, for this next one, I have this pail. I believe I got it at Dollar Tree, but might have come from the Target dollar spot. I'm not positive. So I'm taking some of this floral foam and I'm going to hot glue it to the bottom of the pail. And then I'm going to start adding flowers, mostly sunflowers. But there are some mums and pumpkins in there as well. And I'm just going to fill it up until it's as full as I like it. Once that's done, I'm going to take these stickers that I got from a paper pack. I believe I got that off of Amazon. It will be in my storefront if I did. And then I'm taking this orange and red burlap from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to make a bow the same way with the awareness ribbon, cinching it in the center. You know how it goes. And then I have that hello fall word, and that will end up on the front. And I'm just going to add all of that to a skewer so that it stands up a little higher than the flowers themselves.
Look at us now, look how it turned out. Look what it came to be, look how we burned out. Look how I wasted your time, look how you wasted mine. You say you'd always be mine, I said it'd all be fine. Look at us now, look how it turned out. Look what we came to be, look how it burned out. Look how I wasted your time, look how you wasted mine. You said you'd always be mine, I said it'd all be fine. I just wanna run away.
And that's all there is for that one. And I think it is so stinking cute. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, for this next one, I have this piece of Trex that you use for like decking and stuff, and some white Waverly chalk paint. So I did a very heavy dry brushing on the Trex and on the outer portion of the pumpkins. Then I'm going to take some vinyl that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I am going to cover the center of the pumpkins because the letters were not right for what I needed. So there was a package with, I think, 12 pieces of vinyl from Hobby Lobby anyway. And so I am just going to use that vinyl. And then I cut out the word fall using my Cricut, and I'm going to put one letter on each pumpkin. And then I had one of those wood planks that come in a pack of like 5 or 6 from the Dollar Tree. And I added the word welcome to that. Then I'm just adding I glued down the pumpkins to the Trex, and then I am going to glue down the leaves so that, it looks like they're coming out of the pumpkin. And then I just took some of the cording and I just wrapped it around 3 times on the top because it just seemed a little bare up there. And then I added some leaves and some mums up there just to kind of fill in this space. Then I took some of the baker's twine and I made 4 finger bows added those to the pumpkins, and that's it for this one.
Look at us now, look how it turned out. Look what it came to be, look how we burned out. Look how
And I am absolutely in love with this piece still. I have it in my possession still, and I will be using it on our new porch come fall. Don't want to put it out there now because I don't want my neighbors to think we're crazy. I mean, even though we are, we don't want them to know yet. So anyway, let me know what you guys think of that one. So now I have these doors I got off a cabinet that I found on the side of the road. And I am filling in the holes where the handles were with some of that, I think it's spackle or filler, or I don't know. Now I'm taking the Rust-Oleum linen white, I believe it is, and I just went over the door with like 3 coats. And then I am just going to sand down certain spots just to age them a little bit because it was a little bit too white bright for me. Once I'm done sanding that down, I'm taking the color Mineral and I'm just going to paint around that like decorative part of the door on both doors. And then I took some tissue paper and I taped it to some cardstock, and I found some images that I loved off of Google and I printed them out on the tissue paper. And then I tore the edges of the tissue paper and I am Mod Podging them to the door. And then once that's all done, I'm just going to take the Mineral and I'm going to just dry brush the entire door and try to like blend that tissue paper right in. And then I'm taking some of the leaves from the Dollar Tree and some of the little pumpkins that had the clips on them. I do hot glue some of the leaves to the corner, the right corner on one, the left on the other, and then I cut some of the pumpkins in half and add those as well. And then just a couple small bunches of florals or berries just to kind of tie everything together. And then lastly, I'm going to take 2 pieces of that burlap green ribbon and I am going to make 2 smaller bows, one for the top of each door. And that's it for these. I absolutely love them both. I can't say enough. Absolutely love them. Let me know what you guys think of these. Now for this next one, I'm taking the shelf that was inside that cabinet and I'm giving it 3 coats of the linen white chalk paint. And then I have this metal pumpkin that I got from one of the $5 grab boxes from Michael's. And I'm going to take some E6000 and I am going to adhere to the shelf. Now, most of these pumpkins, these foam pumpkins that I'm using, I would say 95% of them, I got from those grab boxes. So I'm just going to add them kind of sporadically all around the shelf. The buffalo check one that you see there, I believe those came from Dollar Tree. I'm not 100% on that, but I'm pretty sure. So I am just adding them sporadically. And then I have these fairy lights that I'm adding to the inside of the pumpkin. I do one on each side so that the inside will light up. And then I am going to take one of the thin ribbons from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going around the edge just to give it a little more detail. And then I took a bunch of the different colored leaves from Dollar Tree and added them all over the base as well. And then I am going to take a bunch of floral picks from Michael's and Dollar Tree, and I am using the pumpkin as like a vase. So I'm just kind of filling that in, and here it is. Oh my good gracious, I am so in love with this piece. I absolutely adore it. Let me know what you guys think. For this next piece, I have a wood blank from Michael's and some black cherry folk art paint. And then I have this ribbon from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to hot glue it to the center of this wood blank. And then I am taking some vinyl that I cut out using my Cricut, and I am going to add that to the ribbon. And it says, "Fall is proof that change is beautiful." And then I'm going to take some of the sunflowers from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to add them to this sign. I took some of those pip berries and wrapped them around one of my paintbrushes and added those under the flowers to give it more interest. And that's it for this one. I think it's super adorable, like everything else. Let me know what you guys think. So now I have these 3 small pumpkins from the Dollar Tree, and I'm scraping off all that horrible glitter. And then I'm going to paint them. I used, I believe, moss. What other colors did I use? Well, you'll see. I guess it doesn't really matter. So I took some of those rub-on transfers from Dollar Tree. They look like wood slats, and there were 3 different colors. So I did one of each of the pumpkins in one of each of the colors. I hope that makes sense. And then I have some of the leaves that were rub-on transfers from the Dollar Tree as well. And I am just going to add those to these pumpkins as well. Once I got all the transfers on, I'm just taking some greenery and some florals, and I am going to just embellish these pumpkins. But I think they came out so stinking cute. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, for this next one, I found this shelf on clearance at Hobby Lobby, and then I have these pumpkins from the Target dollar spot. Now I'm using the sandstone paint from Waverly to paint the shelf. And then I use those 3 terracotta paints. And I'm sorry I didn't catch the names. I'll try to remember to link them down below. I love those terracotta paints. And I painted each pumpkin one of the colors. And then I cut out the words thankful, blessed, and the ampersand. No, not the ampersand, just the and. So it's thankful and blessed. And I added them to the front of the pumpkins, and then I'm just going to hot glue the pumpkins onto the shelves. Then I'm just going to take a bunch of greenery and florals from, I believe, the Dollar Tree, but there could be some from Michael's. And I am just going to go crazy decorating this shelf. Then I used one of those leather words that says grateful, and I added that to the center of the shelf itself. And I think this is so beautiful. Let me know what you guys think. Now I have these hexagon shaped pieces from Target Dollar Spot, and I am just going to paint the front part with the white Waverly chalk paint. And that is so that once because I'm going to use some tissue paper on this. And I got this gorgeous tissue paper from Kendra from Late Night Creations. And it was during one of our mystery swaps. So I have these words that say, I think they say thankful and blessed. There might be a grateful in there too as well, but I painted them. And then I'm going to add the tissue paper to the hexagon pieces. And then I will use the sponge to push it down, which will take out most of the wrinkles. And then I will use my finger sander to take off the excess. Now, in painting those words, they didn't show up very well with this busy tissue paper. So I used some of the planks from the Dollar Tree, painted them white, added the words to the planks, and then added those to the front of these hexagon pieces. And then I added some greenery or leaves and some flowers to the top, and that's it for these. Now I have some round ones, and I am painting the planks with the white Waverly chalk paint, and I'm going to paint the front of these round pieces that I also got from the Target Dollar Spot years ago. Those will be painted white as well. And then I use the markers from the Dollar Tree to color in the words. So now I'm going to take some Mod Podge and I'm going to Mod Podge the tissue paper to the plank, and then I will take a coordinating piece of tissue paper to place on the round decor piece. And then I'm going to add some leaves and some florals to the top of the circle. And then I added that to the 2 hexagon shaped ones. And there you have blessed, grateful, and thankful. And I think they are super adorable. I love how they came out. Let me know what you think. Okay, now I'm taking this truffle paint and I have one of these MDF wagon wheels. I believe I got them from Amazon and I just painted it with the truffle. And now I'm going to take a bunch of florals and greenery and I am going to make a wreath with this. So I'm just going to hot glue all of these flowers and leaves to this wheel as soon as, once I place everything like where it fits, hot glue it down. Then I'm taking that leaf ribbon and that it's almost like a netting, like a lacy netting ribbon from the Dollar Tree. And I made a bow, I layered it up and made a bow for this door hanger. We'll call it a door hanger. How's that? I think it came out stinking cute. So I did dovetail the ends. And then I am just going to hot glue this bow right to the top of this wheel. And then I will add a hanger. And I believe that's all I do for this. Oh, and I did end up using one of those leather words. It says blessed on the side. So let me know what you think of this one. Okay, now I have these 3 different sized pumpkins. All are from Dollar Tree. And I'm just trying to take as much of the paper off as I can. It's not always easy to do. So now I have that same vinyl that I used earlier from Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to cover this particular pumpkin with the sunflower vinyl. And I'm going to use that little finger knife thing and cut that piece of, or the excess vinyl off. Then I took the paint that I just showed you, and I'm sorry I didn't see it, but I will try to, again, link it down below, and some white wax and some antique wax. And I'm going over the pumpkins, trying to give them like that rounded look. I'm not sure if I succeeded or not. And also I used the antique wax for the stems. So once that's done, I am going to hot glue all of the pumpkins together. And I'm kind of like layering them, if that makes sense. So, and I'm trying to use the stand from the smallest of the pumpkins to hold the whole thing together. And it does end up working. You just gotta kind of play with it a little bit. But so I hot glued the big one, obviously, in the back after I covered the back with some of the craft paper just to cover the ugly. Yeah, and then I'm taking some moss to put like at the base of the stem. And I added some leaves, I believe. And then I'm going to take this jute cording and I'm going to go around all of the pumpkins, you know, kind of like I'm tying them together, if you will. But I just wrap it just a couple, 3 times, I think. Yeah, I do it 3 times. 3 times seems to be my thing when I'm wrapping like this. I don't know why, but it is. And then I'm just making a shoestring bow for the front of the, like where I wrapped it. I hope that makes sense. Probably not, but I'm trying. Trust me. And then I'm going to take some of those little foam pumpkins and I just added, I think I just added 1. And then I have that little hay bale and I'm going to add some of the little berries from one of the picks on top of the hay bale. And some sunflowers too, I think. Yeah. I'm adding just a couple of those sunflowers that came in a bag. They're like flat. But anyways, I'm adding them kind of sporadically around. And I'm just having fun embellishing this piece. And then I have that Hello Fall, and I end up using one of the furniture markers from the Dollar Tree to color that in, and I'm just going to hot glue it to the front of this shelf sitter. And that's it for this one. I think this is so adorable. I really, really like how this one came out. Let me know what you think. So for this, I have the Farm Fresh transfers. These were from Target Dollar Spot. I didn't end up using them. This transfers from Amazon. This picture was on clearance at Hobby Lobby, and the mailbox that you saw at the very beginning, I got from one of my local thrift stores. So I painted the picture with the Waverly white chalk paint. I think I did 3 coats, and now I'm using the E6000 to glue the mailbox right to the front of this picture. And yeah, I put a bunch of different paint containers on just to hold it down. But anyways, now I'm just taking a bunch of different colors and I am going to go crazy with dry brushing all of these different colors, which will kind of blend in or match the transfers that I put on this. So yeah, I'm just going to let you watch this process. And then I am going to start taking some of those rub-on transfers from that tube. I did get those from Amazon. They are in my storefront. They sell out very quickly, so if they're not there, just keep checking in. You'll find them. And then I am going to take one of these other transfers. I think this is a redesign. And I'm going to use this to put on the front of the mailbox. Now you're supposed to burnish this once you get the transfer on. I'm not sure what I did wrong here, but I ended up pulling up some of the transfer, which really upset me. But I was able to fix it. It looks fantastic in the end. So what I'm doing here is I'm just taking my finger sander and getting rid of that wording, and you'll see, I fix it. And you can see it looks almost as good. So anyways, I'm taking these sunflowers I got from one of the Michael's grab boxes, and I am just adding that to the top of the mailbox. And then lastly, I'm taking some of these cotton pods and I'm cutting them off the stem, and I'm just going to add them to the sides of the mailbox. And I think they go perfectly with the transfers of the cotton pods that I put on up here. So I love this. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, I don't use all of this stuff, so I don't know why I show you all of it, but I do have this metal pumpkin. I take the post off. Got that from Dollar Tree. These little lanterns came from Dollar Tree. I have this like crate thing I got from one of my local thrift stores. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to hot glue the pumpkin and E6000 it to the front of this crate. And that's how this whole thing gets started. Then I added some little boxes, like a wooden box, and then the wooden blocks from the Dollar Tree because I wanted to raise the lanterns. And then I added some of the floral foam, as you can see there. So I'm hot gluing the boxes down. I've already hot glued the foam. And now I am adding the blocks to the boxes and then the lanterns to that. Now, you see I glued them. That's not a good thing to do because if you need to change the battery. So I fixed that later, but it really wasn't a big deal because it was just hot glue. So once I get those in, I am going to take whatever moss I had available to me just to try to hide as much of the floral foam and the boxes and blocks that I could. Yeah, because I didn't want them showing, but anyway. Then I have this eucalyptus, like a garland, and I don't remember where I got it. I don't know. I think maybe I got it from Hobby Lobby. I'm not positive though. So now I'm taking all of these sunflowers from Dollar Tree and I'm just going to start poking them into the floral foam until I get the look that I'm going for. And then I took some of these pumpkins, what are they, like raffia pumpkins from the Dollar Tree, and I just added those in, and that's it. I think it's so pretty. I love it. And these lanterns do light up. So that was another reason why I had to take the glue off, but let me know what you think. So now I have, what do I have? I have one of those decor block pieces from the Dollar Tree and these little pumpkins that were sent to me from Woodpecker's Crafts. I am an affiliate. There is a link down in my description box if you want to go check them out. I believe there is a discount code as well. So now I am using, I believe I used Dusk, Night Sky, and what was the other one? Sandstone, I believe. They were the new colors from Waverly at the time. So I painted the pumpkins and I am painting the block with the truffle chalk paint from Waverly. And now I'm taking the fall rub-on transfers from the Dollar Tree and I'm going to add them to the pumpkins. Oh, and I do take some of that cork sheet and I add it to the bottom of the block. And I do that anytime I use these decor block pieces, just so that it doesn't scratch the surface that I put the piece on.
Look at us now, look how it turned out. Look what it came to be, look how we burned out. Look how I wasted your time, look how you wasted mine. You say you'd always be mine, I said it'd all be fine. Look at us now.
Once the pumpkins are all glued down, I'm going to take some of that jute twine from the Dollar Tree and I'm just going to make some finger bows to put on the top of the pumpkins, as well as around the base of the block. And that's it for this one. I think it's so stinking adorable. Love it, love it, love it. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, this one's super easy. So I got this piece from, I believe, Hobby Lobby. All I'm going to do is I'm going to take my night sky, sandstone, and I believe dusk. And I am painting the pumpkins. And then I'm going to take my marker, the furniture marker from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to go in between all of the spaces as well as the base, and I am going to just color that all in. Then I'm taking some moss and I am going to cover the the bottom with the moss. Then I'm taking one of the words, the leather words from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to add that to the front of the pumpkins. Now I'm taking some of the really small, like this, I don't know, mini pumpkins, and I'm just going to hot glue a couple of them to the bottom, or maybe just one, of the rest of the pumpkins. And then I'm going to take some of the leaves from the Dollar Tree and I'm going to add those to the top, right under the stem of the pumpkin. Then I'm going to take some of the ribbon that I had in my stash and I am going to make a bow to put on the top of this stack. Now I wasn't thrilled with the blue and white checked ribbon, so I took that off and just used the blue one.
Look at us now, look how it turned out. Look what it came to be, look how we burned out. Look how I wasted your time, look how you wasted mine.
And don't mind my Nico there, he's helping me. So I'm taking some of the berries that came off one of the picks from the Dollar Tree, and I am just adding those onto the bow. And you'll see I added some pine cones, mini pine cones down by the white pumpkin. But that's it. I think it's super adorable. Let me know what you think. Now this one I got from Hobby Lobby, and honestly, I just did a bunch of coloring. It was fun. It was relaxing. I did use some paints, but I also used markers too, if I remember correctly. So I'll just let you watch. Once everything was painted, I dry brushed over everything, and then I took one of the rub-on transfers from the Dollar Tree, I believe. And yes, it was from the Dollar Tree. It was supposed to be on the cup or glass, but I put it on here anyways, along with some of the other transfers from Dollar Tree, and I think it's adorable. Let me know what you think. Okay, so here's another blank from Michaels, and I am going to take some antique wax and I am going to cover the entire piece with the antique wax. While that's drying, I have these little Scrabble tiles from Woodpecker's Crafts, and I am going to cover them with the antique wax as well. And then I have these leaves from Woodpecker's Crafts as well. I am going to give them a coat of paint in the white Waverly chalk paint. And then I dry brush the tiles with that same white Waverly chalk paint. Now I'm going to take these leaves and I'm going to put some Mod Podge on them and then just put them aside to dry. While those are drying, I am taking these letters that I received from my sweet friend Sarah at Sunflowers and DIYing, and I am just going to use the letters on the Scrabble tiles. Once those are done, I am taking these napkins and I'm going to take all of the backing off, and then I'm going to lay them on the leaves, put some parchment paper on, and use my little heat press to iron the napkins on. It just, the heat reactivates the Mod Podge, which will seal the napkin onto the project. Now, once those are all done, I'm just going to line everything up the way that I want it to sit on this sign. And then I will start using wood glue and hot glue to adhere everything to this wood blank. And then once everything is glued down, I'm going to take these two ribbons and I am going to make a beautiful bow for my project. And that's it for this one. I think it's so stinking cute. I love it so, so much. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, now I have these beautiful napkins and these tags from the Dollar Tree. They come to a pack. So I am just going to add Mod Podge to the front and again just let them dry. And then I'm going to take the napkins and I am going to add them to the front of these door tags. And I do the same method with the I put the Mod Podge on, let it dry, put the napkin down, use the iron, as you can see right here. And I'm going to do that with all 4 of these tags. Once they're all ironed on, and I took my finger sander to get rid of the excess napkin, I am just going to put them back together. So I'm going to take the 2 rectangular shaped ones and the 2 tag shaped ones, and I am going to tie them together and then add some hot glue so that they stay in place where you can see both of the napkins. And then I have these words that they sold at Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to take my Arteza markers and I am going to color both of them and yeah, add them to my signs. And that's it for these. I think they came out super adorable. I love them. Let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a great big thumbs up for me. It really helps me out. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope you'll consider sticking around and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget the bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a brand new video. Again, I ask that if you can, you take a moment or two out of your day to say a prayer for myself and my family. I would be so grateful. And also, if you could just watch my videos and do the like, subscribe, comment thing, it would really help me out as well. And I thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend with me, and I will see you next time.